Hi there, this is a reading for Pam, and the first question I always ask to the owner of the business, and then we will speak in a minute to the business itself. The first question I always ask is, how does Pam need to change in order to feel more successful in her business? What I'm understanding when I feel into this is there's some level of confusion running in the background as to what you're meant to be doing. But there is more. There's more aligned. There's a bigger purpose, and where there's something where it all just clicks together. So that's where we're going to get to when we listen into the business. So I've done a reading. I've sat and done it and written it all out, and now I'm going to forward it back to you. Read it, feed it back to you in this way. So you've got questions running, there's doubt, there's a level of boredom in there as well, and I feel it in your solar plexus, like you're holding your breath, you're waiting for something else to land, like waiting, like, what is it? There's where all the confusion and all the questions are actually coming from. When, however, you step into this next phase and your role and you feel complete, when you're aligned, your breath completely changes. So what I've done is I've gone, where are you now? And then where is it that you're going? Who are you becoming? So that's what I'm feeling into, and this is what I'm feeding back to you. So when, however, you step into the next phase, your role, when you feel complete and you are aligned, this is where your breath completely changes. So I'm going to explain to you how that breath actually works. And you are in this vessel then, you're in this frequency then of what can actually land. So I'm feeling that you're free, you're empty. There's like no worry, no stress, nothing else going on in there. There's no narration, there's no over storytelling, overthinking, everything. So I'm feeling into your frequency state. Everything just is so right. To call this in so that you can become that, there's something in the breath that is very, very quiet, profoundly receiving, and reaching the very depths of you. I can only describe it like I've had an experience of scuba diving. I don't know whether you've ever gone diving or scuba diving. It's like that slow, even breath out, and the slow, even breath in. And you're moving depending on your breath. I'm doing this because I'm remembering how it feels when you're actually in the dive and the water's holding you. It's just your breath that's propelling you forwards. So like there's a feeling of you floating along. This is when everything clicks. Everything is coming into place. You're in awe and wonder. So interesting that I've got this analogy of diving. So I'm very interested if you've had the experience of diving and what it brings up for you, because there's something in there. There's like nuggets in there. So you're in awe and wonder of this whole world around you. So there is where your frequency changes as well. I often ask the same question again and again, and I just get deeper into how it is that you need to change in order to be more successful in your earth business, knowing that we're not all earth beings. I see you like an Atlantic priestess in this frequency. You're so knowing, and you've passed the life and each of these issues, and people are really lucky to be in your energy. Your breath, you breathe away the confusion, and you're clearing and cleaning spaces when you're in this state. And when you're, the only way I can say, the easiest way I always tap into my soul and the sort of spirit of my business is through breath. So it's not breath work per se, but it is like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, enter that zone. So your energy is priceless. And I'm being told to say, how dare you believe anything other than that of yourself? So I'm just going to let that go. So the second question is, what does Pam's business purpose and want to say to her? What is Pam's business purpose and what does it want to say to her? What does your business want to say to her? say to you, I start to get very heady and very headachy. Like my head is full of ideas and nothing is coming into fruition. Because it's like, oh, could do this, could do that, could do this, blah, 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 blah. When I walk into, it's actually a room, it's like a conference room, a big, big conference room. And you're sitting there and you're kind of waiting. And I see the energy of your business coming in and it is huge. Like the work, the transformation, the energy of your business is huge. It is an entity all of itself. It's very wise, it's very old, it's very purposeful, and it shows you to be its arms and legs on this world. It's so much bigger than you. In other words, its purpose is so much bigger than you. And how on earth do you think that you could do it all on your own? You can't. It's like there is so much going on that you will need help with. I see it needing to get smaller because of all the earth issues, and it's like trying to concertina itself down. It's like, oh, that doesn't work. So reach inside and pull out the darkness and the doubt and the complications. Now, we're not talking about you now, we're talking about what you do. So you reach inside of someone and you pull out the darkness, you pull out the doubt, you pull out the complications. You let people cope with the old heavy issues and the lingering dramas. And I've got an explanation in a minute. So you understand and you decipher the messy dynamics in someone. So you iron it out. But what I see is this like knot. Imagine a big ball of wool and it's all knotted up and it's just chaotic. And what you do is you kind of pull that out like yarn and you make like a big ball of wool. You make it very, very neat and tidy so people can understand really what that was all about, what the chaos was all about. And you make a life worth living. So for myself, when I clean energy, it's like an exorcism. I take the whole energy and I bring it out of the skin, outside. There's also the evacuation that I do sometimes, and sometimes it's particles, and we have to gather all those particles together. Now, what I see you doing is you are unraveling. You're unraveling until the beauty is being able to see. Like I'm being told to sort of do this. You know, like when somebody kind of like makes sure that the wool goes around the hands, the yarn. And it's months of falling in love with your life. This is what you offer. But you completely always having to be unraveling certain things within someone. So that is you living on purpose. It is in the conversation, in the quiet and in the knowing that you get to see how people can live their life on purpose. They can fall in love with life and you are doing the unraveling with them. I'm asking then, en plus, a little bit extra. So what's the best that you can accept? One-to-one counselling sessions. These are what would be absolutely valuable and pristine for you. What's standing in the way? Your doubt. It's somewhere in your throat. The way being able to verbalise it, articulate it, and sing it out. What's coming up? Your own clarity. That is what needs to be really brought to the surface for you. So like this would be me doing an exorcism until you're able to get to your own clarity. Just go, that is exactly who I am. 3 things that you can do in August that you can focus on. Own this as you, as your journey, as your purpose, and what your business wants you to do. Call in the chaos in someone and to unravel that. You're calling in people with chaos and dark energy. I don't mean mean dark energy. I just like it's very chaotic. So like you just can't get through to it. And the third thing is the scuba diving breath. So we can talk about that. In 6 months, I can see you having 5 one-to-one clients, having these conversations and doing this unraveling. It's easy, it's graceful, and all of it is unraveling. So this has been an activation of you and your business and your soul purpose, to meet with the spirit of your business and let her speak to you. I get images, I'm shown things, we can ask questions, and this is basically how you find out what your next moves are because now your business is like, oh, somebody's listening to me. And your soul's like, oh, finally, someone's having a conversation with me. So they will be activated and certain things will start to change for you. So this is what we need to stay in touch with and in tune with.